Welcome back, everyone, to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5. And I want to say a huge thank you to you guys for the support for this series overall, and in particular, the last couple of videos. It's really been amazing, and I greatly appreciate all the support that you guys are giving me. Same thing with the feedback. Keep those comments and suggestions coming. That is something I definitely try to read. YouTube does make it a little difficult for me to find all of the comments, so if I don't respond to your comment, then by all means, hook me up on Discord and send me a message that way. That is an easier way to get to me. I try to check these things as often as I can. Now, in real life terms, for those of you who are in the U.S., particularly those of you like me who happen to be in the southern part of the U.S., we have had some terrible weather here recently, or at least terrible based on our normal standards of what winter is here in the South. We started last Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. We got a lot of ice. It was basically an ice storm, and we got several inches of ice in the area. Not a lot of snow itself, but of course with ice, that's even worse. And then over the last couple of days, we've had a second round, this time more snow than anything. And then my understanding is today or tomorrow, we're supposed to get a third round of, I believe, mostly snow. So Mother Nature is having some fun with us right now, and it is cold, and I mean cold. So for those of you who are experiencing some bad weather, I really hope that you have all the supplies you need, and by all means, stay safe so that we can all enjoy things like this when we can get together and stay warm. So for right now, we are headed to race number 3 in the season, which is going to be at Auto Club Speedway. 26 laps there, which is going to be a long time. This is going to be a torturous race for us. The reason why? Because of our car situation. 90s across the board. And for those of you who might not have been with us the first couple of videos of this season, I'm referring to sort of in the middle of the screen at the bottom, department maximums, 90 across the board right now, engine, aero, and suspension. Our ultimate goal is to reach the maximum of 100, but right now we had about 16 million or so, I believe, starting the season off. And after buying a few chassis, hiring employees, training employees, all that kind of thing, we are left with about $1 million. And then our most recent race got us about 800 grand or so. So now we're sitting at about 1.9 million overall. But our goal is to get to 100s across the board. And the way we get there is the best finishes possible. Now, if we go to the season standings in the points, you're not going to see us anywhere close to the top 8 or 10. In fact, you have to go down to 34th to find us. We only have 15 points so far this season. Now, think about that for just a moment. You know where we finished last week, which got us some nice points. But think about where we must have finished at Daytona. It's awful. So we finished 23rd last week, but if we go to Daytona, yeah, 36th. So not a whole lot of points to be had when you're finishing 36th. And so that is why we need the best finishes that we absolutely can get, because the better finishes, we get more money, more purse money, and then ultimately we can get our car upgraded even quicker. But this is going to be a lengthy process. We'll take a look at this at multiple times during the journey. But if we go into upgrade departments, just to remind you guys, what are we going to need to get from 90 to 95? We're going to need 4 million. So we're about halfway there right now in order to getting that upgrade. So that's at least probably 3 more races, best case scenario, to get from 90 to 95. And of course, you can do some math to figure out what we're going to need to get all 3 departments upgraded. But right now, this is what I'm most interested in. I want to get to 100 on the engine, and that's going to take about $12 million. Yeah, that's going to take a little while for us to get there. So this is not going to be a quick process. And then again, you can start doing some math to see how long it's going to take to get to 100s across the board. This will not be a quick process. It's something that's going to take multiple seasons. But again, things will start to really take off as we get better and better finishes. And if we ever get to where we can start competing for top 5s and victories, the money will start flowing much more readily than it is right now. So the struggle is real. Now, one thing before we get back to today's race and preparing our car for today's race, one thing I wanted to share with you guys, and this is something that I try to share each year in the NASCAR Heat Series. I really wish that we could have multiple save files for career mode, because there are a few different things that I like to do with career mode. One of them is what we're doing here on the channel, a straight playthrough where we try to get everything upgraded, we start our own teams, that kind of thing. But then another really fun way to play is to play around with the different strengths in your car. For example, one of my favorites is to go 100 on engine, 70 on aero, so no upgrades there, and then 70 on suspension, no upgrades there. What that will do to your car, and you're probably going to have to make some adjustments to the AI strength as well. Turn that difficulty down a little bit, because this is going to greatly slow your car down. Aero doesn't have such a huge effect on the speed of your car. It does affect it, obviously, but it's not anywhere near the effect the suspension has on it. So if you leave suspension somewhere around 70, 75, 80 in that range, it's going to make you lose a lot of grip in the corners. And for me, it makes the cars a lot of fun to drive. So it's just something to consider. But again, the fact that we can't have multiple save files in career mode really hurts my enjoyment there. Now, if you're on PC, there might be some things you can do away from the game to make that happen, but I'm talking about officially supported multiple save files. Really hope that that is something that can get added in Heat 6 and beyond as they move to a different platform. But that'll give you some idea of where we are now and some things you can mess around with for fun in career mode. But right now, it is time to come back to, if we come back to the main screen, in the bottom right-hand corner, it's saying assign work. So we're just going to go ahead and do that now. So we've already got our second Speedway chassis. It's ready to go for Auto Club. So what I'm going to do now is take a quick look at what races are upcoming. Now, Phoenix is upcoming. We're not going to be running Phoenix because we're saving that to the very end. We save that to when we earn it by running for the championship. But then after that, we've got speedways all over the place. So let's go ahead and, actually, I'm going to auto assign. And yep, that's what I thought it was going to do. That doesn't make any sense at all. So we'll go from 90 to 90. Yeah, all right, so much for that. Let's try to get these folks on here. All right, there we go. That is much better. Again, the numbers don't exactly fit where we need to be, but everything looks good for now, and we'll be max of 90 across the board, and that is the main thing. So Speedway chassis number 1 is off and running. It'll be ready to go when we do need it, and then the same thing for our short track chassis. But today, chassis number 2 is about to hit the tracks. Let's go ahead and start the work there. We're going to hit accept on that. Let's head back to the main screen. Now we need to select the car we're going to be using today. Of course, we can choose any of these that we want, but our choice is number 2. Chassis number 2 in the stable. We really need to come up with names for these, like the drivers and teams usually do. We need to give them names, something to think about for the future. So 26 laps coming up at Auto Club. We're going to have to use the draft. We're going to have to, as much as humanly possible, keep it wide open in the corners to maintain every bit of speed that we can. All right, folks, here we go, and you'll never guess where we're starting. 24th position. So it seems like what we saw at Vegas is carrying over very much so to another big track, even bigger track here at Auto Club. So 24th position, but again, we want all the points we can get in the stages as well as the race overall, because we need that money. All right, so we've got a few folks that actually might have been starting around us. Actually looked like those guys might have been starting behind us, because here we are on the outside row, 24th starting position.
Green's out now. Let's go.
Let's see what we got.
Peeking inside.
So I did run probably 3 or 4 laps in practice just to try to get a handle on
Still there.
On the engine a little bit, see what kind of, because we're so much down on horsepower. I needed to see what kind of gearing to run. So I think we should be okay on the gearing. Again, nothing is going to be perfect, but that's kind of the idea. You have to work with what you got. All right, I want to see how these guys go through the corner.
All right, you're clear.
Wow, these guys are all stacked up coming off the corner.
Still there. Got one peeking outside.
All right, so
go, driver.
pulling out to pass is not going to be our strong suit. You can see these guys are just blowing
Inside.
by us. The one funny thing
You're clear.
that doesn't make any sense is if you'll notice, there are 3-star cars around us, especially as we get farther toward the back of the pack, and even those guys are outrunning us on the straightaway, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I love looking at the AI ahead of us and seeing them all over the track. All over the track. That's what I love. And that's something I definitely hope that they continue on with in the upcoming Heat games.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
Oh, we got a great run on these guys here. All right, I need somebody to go to the bottom with me. Nope, to give me some drafting help. Didn't happen. So now we're in the middle of 3 wide, and that is a killer for us. I mean, these guys are just yarding us easily.
Careful. Still there.
All right, trying to get to the outside here so I can get some drafting help, and wouldn't you know it, everybody just goes down a lane. So we're not having any luck whatsoever right now.
Inside.
Here comes your Daytona winner, Daytona 500 champion on the inside.
Careful. Still there.
You can see, I mean, we're killing them in the corner. But they are crushing us on the straights.
Careful. Still there. Stay high. Stay high.
Yeah, there's just nothing I can do with these guys.
Stay high.
I
Stay high.
mean, we are definitely holding our own through the corner. All right, I need the 95 to stay up there, even with the draft.
Stay calm.
Again, I do have the drafting turned down on tracks other than
Still there, inside.
Daytona and Talladega.
You got room.
Just
You're
because
clear
I
there.
don't
Car
prefer
there on the inside.
that style of racing as much, so I turn that down some so that it's more about the speed of the car instead of the draft.
Still there.
The exact opposite of what NASCAR is trying to do these days. All right, but right now we have slipped back to 27th,
Careful. Still there.
and there's nothing I can do to this car to make up for that. I mean, literally nothing.
White
Because the
flag.
handling
Hey,
is not
driver.
bad. Here we are on the final lap
Stay on the
of
bottom
stage
here.
number 1, and I'm just trying to hang in there. Oh, look out there, 95.
Stay high up here.
All right, let's see what we can do on corner entry here.
Careful.
See if I can
Still
get
there.
position. All right, I got position on them. Oh, let's hold them off. Hold them off. All right, Jimmy, I need you to stay down here in the
Careful.
bottom.
Still there. No points that stage. but
All right,
plenty of racing
25th
left.
position. Hey, we'll take it. We held those positions in the final corner there. We will definitely take that. So, all right, overall, we got 20 laps remaining. No reason to pit right now. We're probably going to pit after stage 2, though, just to have a little fun. So, do not pit here. Let's advance on to the start. So, 25th position. There's that 48 car. Everything seems right in the
Coming to the
world
green,
when I look out there and I
Almost
see
ready now.
the 48 car there instead of us driving it. That was just weird. Taking somebody else's ride. Didn't like it.
Stay low.
This
stay
is
low.
much more my style. Create your own team and build it from scratch. Then it's yours. That I can
Stay
get
on the
behind.
bottom. Still there.
All right, 47. Everything in me said, no, we need to pull out and try to pass right there. But then I remembered, we can't do that. Not with this car.
Inside.
Don't do it, Jimmy. Okay, he didn't hit me. He got to the inside, but he
Clear
didn't
high,
hit me.
bud. Clear all around.
A lot of times the AI like to go for a hole that's really not there, or it's barely there on corner entry, only to find out they can't make it work, so then they have to
Still
run
there,
you out of the
inside.
way in order to make it work.
You got room. You're clear there.
All right, 47. We're with you. Let's go. Give him a little bump here.
You're all clear up top.
Hey, we made a pass. 47 car, come back up here. Oh, I really didn't want to be side by side with you. I can't afford to lift right now because we need all the momentum we can get.
Hold your line, stay high. Got a car coming inside now. Clear low.
Again, look at the AI there. They drive it down in the corner. And then they have to hop on the binders.
Stay high up here. Clear all around. Inside, inside. You're clear all around there.
All right, I'm trying to seek out that 37 car and try to get as much draft off of him as I can. So on the straightaways, that's kind of what I'm trying to do to help pull me along.
Hold your line, got one inside. Clear low.
Again, you can see there that the AI make up a lot at the end of the straightaway and on the entry. They drive that thing down in the corner. Unfortunately, I can't quite run down that 37 car. Can't quite get close enough to him to get a meaningful draft off of him.
Car high, careful there.
In the meantime, we got some cars coming up on our backside that look hungry.
Car high, careful there. You're all clear up top there.
Again, cars handling fine. You know, there's definitely a few tweaks I would make here and there, but overall, cannot complain at all about the car's performance. So with a couple of laps left in the stage, I am very happy. And for those of you wondering, all right, so what setup do I run? If I don't talk about setup a whole lot at the beginning of the race and before the race, then it's probably because I'm using the one that I posted here on the channel. With, of course, at this point, I do have to make a few adjustments because our car is underpowered, so I have to adjust the
car there on the inside.
Ooh, look out. I was waiting for contact there. I just felt like, I think that was Suarez. I just felt like we were about to get contact. But yeah, I do have to adjust for being down on engine power. And because we don't have quite as much grip, you know, we're not maxed out at 100 there, then sometimes I might have to adjust the car a little bit, maybe tighten it up by dropping the track bar a little bit, maybe adding a little wedge, something like that. But they're generally very minor tweaks, especially since we have 90 across the board. Now, if we had like 75 or 80, they'd be more
inside. Clear down
more
low.
tweaks involved.
Inside.
All right, again, just watch them drive it down in that corner.
Clear down low.
Only to have to back out of it hard. So that's why I try to give them the bottom like that, is I do not want them running me over when they do that.
Still there.
Oh, trying to drag race him. Give me that spot back. Oh, I didn't quite get it back. I knew it was about time for it to take control, but couldn't quite hold on to that spot. So 23rd, not bad. We'll take 23rd. All right, so we got 12 laps remaining. Now we got to pit. We got to pit because it is so much fun coming from the back. All right, so we'll just leave it as is. You can see the wedge there. I think that's exactly what I had on the channel. Tire pressures are probably identical. I didn't even really look at the tire pressures a whole lot. So we'll just leave everything at default. Fill it up with fuel even though we didn't need it.
All right, man. You're coming to the green.
All right, so we lost 17 spots. So that becomes our goal.
Car there on the inside.
Our goal is 17 spots. We got to get it back at least to where we were when we came into pit, which was, I believe, 23rd.
Still there.
So our goal has been met. Our goal has been set, rather.
You got room. You're clear. Got one down low now. You're all clear on the bottom there.
Really need to be on the outside here. Ooh, had to actually touch the brake there. Brake pedal had to be wondering what was going on because I haven't used the brake pedal at all so far.
Got one peeking outside.
I don't like it when he says peeking outside. I don't know what that means. Is he there or is he not? That's what I need to know. Peeking doesn't tell me anything.
Still there. Clear high, clear high. All right, you're clear.
Yeah, if I had a spotter in real life that was telling me things like he's peeking to the outside, we'd have to have a long discussion about language.
Got one down low now.
My man, you got to tell me, is he there or is he not?
Clear low there. Clear high, bud. Inside.
If I wanted to move up the track, can I or can I not do it? That's what I need to know.
Careful. Still there.
All right, where are we anyway? 29th, okay. I knew we had passed some cars, but I didn't have any idea. I wasn't keeping track of how many.
Still there. Clear down low.
By the way, if you've never tried it before, try the outside lane here at this track. It is so much fun. Now, granted, I'm going to say that about most any track, just because I like getting up there. Not necessarily fast everywhere, but it is a lot of fun to do.
Careful, still there.
Here's another way you can have a lot of fun during these races in NASCAR Heat 5, especially now that we are into the 2021 season. And of course, we've got several guys who are now either retired or in different rides. So count how many times in your head the wrong driver pops up whenever you see a car. Like the 14 car. Of course, I know that's not Clint Boyer anymore, but I have gotten myself to thinking, oh, that's Clint Boyer, after playing the game so long. And of course, he's been in that car for several years now. So yeah, just count how many times your brain tells you the wrong driver for a car.
Still there.
And for me, you'll hear me call out the wrong
Hold your line, stay high.
drivers sometimes as well.
Stay
All right,
high
we're up to 25th,
All right, you're clear
and
there.
these guys,
Car there on
we
the
are
outside.
really all
You're
over
all
these
clear
guys
up
right
top.
now. I mean, look at that. Poor Jimmy Johnson running 23rd, 24th. I know that wasn't all that odd for the last few years of his career, but I mean, it's sad. And that's why, for those of you who, if you download any of my iRacing car sets for AI racing through Trading Paints, and I promise that I am trying to get some good footage for the channel using iRacing. I've been trying to do that for Daytona here over the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately the AI just wrecked way too much for footage that I'm interested in. I know there are a lot of channels that focus on crazy stuff, crazy wrecks, and making that kind of thing happen. That's just not me. I'm all about the racing, not the wrecking. So in reality, if I start getting a lot of wrecks during a race, that's footage that I consider to be unusable. But yeah, if you ever get the car sets from me and it has Jimmy Johnson in it, he will not be running 20th. He will be one of the stronger cars out there. Wow, that was, I had to slow down a lot more than I had anticipated right there. All right, so these guys kind of have me hemmed up right now. The outside, I've reached a point where, of course, we're back to our goal now at 23rd. But we've reached a point where we're in the running order where I can't go to the outside here and make the passes very easily at all. I mean, this is trying to gain an inch. As you can see right here, I mean, these guys, here I am, still on the outside. 2 laps to go. I'm going to need to be on the inside. But they're running offset. Jimmy's sticking to the bottom through the corners. The 96 has been running a little above that, so now they got me boxed in where I can't quite get to where I need to be.
Still there.
All right, we need to clear Jimmy here, and we're not going to be able to do it.
Still there. Got one up top.
All right, here we go. We've gotten to the inside. Hello.
Last lap.
48 must have got into the to Suarez there. All right, final lap. All right, Jimmy, I'm going to try to push you off the corner.
Got a car high now.
Oh, I needed him to stay down there with me. Well, that didn't work out. Okay, let's try it one more time.
Stay low.
All right, coming to the finish.
You got room. You're clear.
All right, give me that spot. Give it to me.
There. And that's why
20 seconds.
You did it.
I'll take it. I'll take that. Boy, we had to work for that 22nd position. Car handled great. I had zero problems. Could have been a little faster maybe in the corners if we would have loosened up the car a little bit more. But it was very well balanced, very stable, which is exactly the type of setup that I try to give you guys on the channel. All right, let's continue on. So 22nd position. Most importantly, what kind of money did we make? All right, just over 800 grand. I'm ready to get back to some of those million plus payouts, and that's what we're going to need. So 167,000 for finishing 22nd. Nice sponsor payout, 131K. But as always, the merch payout is where all the money is, $500,000. So we just need to continue growing that. But 800,000 overall. So we're going to need what? Probably 3 more races before we're ready to upgrade that engine again. Probably 3 more races should get it done for us. But that gives us something to shoot for and look forward to. So now we are 29th in the points. So we moved up several spots. We're about 5 spots there to get up to 29th. Again, we're going to continue climbing, and hopefully by playoff time this season, hopefully we're able to get our way into the playoffs somehow. Probably going to take a victory, but again, that's the fun of the career mode. It takes a while. All of this is very hard to do, and you certainly can't do it very quickly unless you come in with a lot of money from the beginning. But this is, well, it's been tons of fun here at the start of this season. Just looking forward to the challenge ahead for us to try to make the playoffs given where we are starting. I am ready for it, and I hope you guys are as well. Now, that fastest lap means nothing to us. We can't even see that. We're not even in the same ballpark as that right now, but we will be at some point in the future. We're going to get there. All right, so wow. Was that Corey LaJoie? Did he finish 17th there? That was a great finish. Let's let this scroll through again. Did I see him starting? Okay, William Byron dominated. So that's great for him. Yeah, there you go. Corey LaJoie started almost dead last and finished 17th. Good job for him. That's awesome. We need some more stuff like that. 17th sounds like a great finishing position right now. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me and for all the support you give the channel and this series in particular.